And we're live. Welcome, friends. Happy Saturday. Eagles Pro says hello. Hello to you, sir. J-Lash with the thumbs up. Thank you, friend. Appreciate you being here and appreciate your thumbs ups. Levi Elijah says hello, Super Antonio. Hello, mods, and hello, everyone. Hello to you, Levi Elijah. Happy Saturday. We are hanging out at the in Chapter 1 with the old Sandony horse glitch. Getting the rose gray Arabian so we can race him against the Count. However, here is Hera, Sadie's post-game horse. David's here. Greetings, friend. David says, howdy, y'all. David, how's your weekend so far? Great to see you as always. Welcome. Christian says, hello, Super Antonio. How are you doing? I'm doing very well, my friend. Thank you for being here. Happy Saturday. Thud 93 Factory from the Factory of Thuds says, hello, my man, Super Antonio. Hello to you, sir. David V says, checked out a few vids. Pretty good stuff. That's for Eagle Pro. O-Dog says, greetings, folk. Greetings, O-Dog. Welcome. Thank you for being here, friend.
It's okay.
David says, D-O-G-G-G, and O-Dog says, what, Davy boy? Levi said, hey, O-Dog. O-Dog says, what's up, Super Antonio? I am quite well, thank you, friend. Had a basic Saturday. Worked out. Did I work it? No, I did not work out. I took the day off. Was doing my speed run to Chapter 6. And yeah, that's about it. Worked on a couple videos. A couple shorts, that is. Not really videos. David, I got your email. I'm going to put you in a short. So you'll be the first horse in the short. It's going to be a viewer horse show short. And we'll get that up later this week. Wodog says, what up, Levi? And David says, trying to get these boys together for you. To get good pick for you, O-Dog. And O-Dog has a smiley emoticon. We're joined once more by our co-host, Sadie, the channel dog, who is fast asleep. Christian says, Super Antonio, where's Sadie, that beautiful dog? Saturday is bath night, so she had a bath. After the bath, you get the zoomies, and after the zoomies, you get the crash, and we are in crash mode here, where she's very soft and smells great, and is very tired. David says it's nothing special. David, you're special. Levi Elijah says, do you think the Silver Dapple Pinto Missouri Foxtrotter looks better with the snake saddle or the panther saddle? I prefer the snake saddle because it's more traditional. And it's harder to get. I used to love that panther saddle, though. It's too flashy for me now. It's too ostentatious. It looks great with Tilly's horse, that Appaloosa, the spotted Appaloosa, though, however. David says, every horse looks better with the rattlesnake saddle. David, you look better with the rattlesnake saddle. Yeah, that's absolutely my favorite saddle in the game. From the pommel to the stirrups. The alligator, however, is a close second. I don't like the stirrups, but, you know, it's very easy to get. It's a decent enough bump. It looks great. And I would upgrade to the alligator saddle as soon as you open up the stables. O-Dog says, I'm trying to play some Red Dead 2, dumping that Silver Turk. They suck in the woods, and they suck in gunfights. This one at least is god-awful. I got a female Perlino, and I'm going to get my black standard. Sounds like a plan, O-Dog. We are going to keep this Arthur in version 1, and we are going to race the Count with every horse in the game. Well, maybe not every horse, but certainly all the gang horses, all the horses that we cannot currently saddle. So we're going to be making a lot of count racing videos, starting with the with this rose gray. David says, in chapter 3, using the blue Roan Dakota. That is a fine horse. A lovely coat. Hodok says, I've been thrown 3 to 4 times and level 4 bonding from a cougar and in a gunfight. Yeah, you wouldn't expect that from a war/race horse. Might be some kind of glitch because you're on a gang horse. Levi says the Panther saddle looks like someone from Saint Denis would put on a horse. Too fancy. Not Western. Yeah, it's a very fancy saddle. Christian says also Super Antonio. No Superman shirt, also aka Super Antonio. Yeah, it's in the laundry. I worked out in it. For all my shirts, I don't believe they're like, they have to get at least one workout. Or they're just in terms of field test. And it's technically a workout shirt. It's a compression shirt. So, it's going through the wash. Metro says, there he is. Greetings, Metro. Odok says, well, I'm dumping it, friend. Selling it. Well, good riddance, Odog. You gave it a try. And you field tested it. And you're moving on. Levi says, hey, Metro. David says, checked out a few vids of yours, Metro. Good stuff. That's David for you. Always on the ball. Thud93 says, my favorite is the Rattlesnake Vaquero saddle. Same here. I always pick accessories and equipment for Arthur that is as Western/cowboy as possible. I know what you mean. I feel the same way. Miko's in the house. Greetings, Miko. Perlino and Illusion, Miko says, didn't throw me even when wolves and cougars were charging at us. That is technically the bravest horse in chapter 2. And Arthur meant to do that. We're back in version 1. Horses can get a little glitchy and a little clumsy. Odog says, I guess I'll do some hunting before I save Micah. There really is no reason to save Micah unless you want to shoot up that town. Odog says, Miko, I've got a female Perlino. Metro says, what's a guh, Odog? And thank you, David. Levi says, my Red Dead 2 should update tonight. I was on version 1 for the Saint Denis glitch and Limpany glitch. Yeah, we have the Limpany glitch on this. I think this Arthur has like 15 grand. And there's like over 100 grand in camp funds. Thud93 says, I always get the Rose Gray Arabian as one of my horses for John. For some reason, in my experience, it's very brave. Technically, this horse is has the best stats in the game, so one would expect that. It's an endgame horse, a post-game horse. I suppose you could use him with John and in the epilogue. But I see this horse as a reward for finishing the game. Pick one up in Blackwater. David says, only reason I get Micah early is for the offhand holster. Well, you can get an offhand holster from the Trapper. Just knock out a couple challenges. Do the Hunter challenge. Odok says, they aren't that bad at level 4, but I simply don't like short horses. Odog says, the Arabians. Same here, Odog, not on Arthur. But you cannot deny that they make great videos. They're very popular for the channel. Odog says, I just like tall horses. Odog, you are a tall horse. Arthur looks great on tall horses. I hate how his legs almost drag on the ground on this pony.
All right, boy.
Let's move on. Miko says, I prefer mares too, Odog. It's a stallion. If it's a stallion, I go away for a few days and wait for a mare to spawn. Miko, make a save directly before, like when you see the horse. and then just reload that save. It's pretty easy to manipulate the sex that way, also in the stable. Odog says, if I had to get a short horse, it would be a Mustang. Yeah, I like the Mustangs in this game, Odog. I like that dorsal stripe. Christian says, Super Antonio, what's the most easy challenge in Red Dead 2? Well, the easiest for me personally is the hunting challenge. Perhaps the herbalist until you get to herbalist 10. But they're all challenges. They're all hard. Odog says, exactly, Super Antonio, LOL. David says, you can use 2 cattlemans, though, for your offhand, I suppose. And it's too busy to hunt for the legendary. What's that about? Miko says, I don't know why, rather Odog says to Miko, I don't know why, it just feels like females look out for Arthur better. Why is that? I just like Arthur saying girl a lot. Thud93 says Arthur looks best on thoroughbreds, Turkomens, and Missouri Foxtrotters, also Hungarians, as Arthur is built like a juggernaut. An X-Man reference. Metro says, is there a glitch where you don't get the offhand holster? Probably. I don't use it. Micah says, hello, I went jogging for the first time in months today. That's good. Do some cardio. Blow out the cobwebs. Get the breath going. Movement follows emotion. What I mean by that, if you're in a bad mood or if you're feeling down, you can go for a run or even a walk and change your mood. Your body will follow your emotion. Your body will dictate your emotions. You don't need your emotions to dictate to your body. You're in control. Levi says, Super Antonio, you're almost to 20,000 subscribers. You've made it to 17K. People very happy with your videos. Yeah, I know. We'll probably do the horse show, the next horse show at 20K.
Yes, it's Mac.
Here we go. Odog says, sup, Micah. And Levi says, hey, Micah. David says, treasure hunting challenge easiest. Yes, David, you are correct. And the most profitable. Micah says, hope you're doing well, Odog. And Odog says, thanks. Micah says, I enjoy running in the rain. It just feels very good. It's very refreshing. Especially if you run between the raindrops. You get less wet.
There we go.
I run this little girl every morning, sometimes in the afternoon, but certainly in the morning we go for a run. We live near a park that has a soccer field. I don't know the length of a soccer field. Odog probably knows. So what we do is we will run the X. We run the X, the diagonal, and then we walk the length. Then we run another diagonal, and then walk that length. So we do that 4 times. So we do 2 X's, and I just run her and walk her. And then after that, we go to the second half of the park, which is just more trees and traditional park stuff, and that part I let her just explore. But yeah, we get our run in first, or she gets her run in. Micah says, I don't like the weapon equipment, how the weapon equipment looks for the treasure challenge. Yeah, but if you just want a free offhand without rescuing Micah, you might as well get it. Plus you get a bunch of gold bars. That's a good point, David. Treasure hunting is very easy. Hardly ever do it. I mean, I'll open up a couple maps. I'll do Maximo's map just for camp upgrades. Hodok says about 350 feet, I think. Yeah, see, so it's not like much of a run for me, but it's a good run for her. And it's first thing in the morning, so it gets both our heart rates up, and she gets low cardio, and she loves to run. She has fun. You can tell. Christian says, Uncle once said, I'm not lazy, I just don't like working. There's a difference. Yes, I understand that perfectly. What do you think, Super Antonio? Is he just lazy? Yes, no, maybe. He's more of a thinker than a worker. Let's put it that way. He's more of a planner. He's more of a schemer. Hodok says, depends on the country. David says, by the time you do Jack Hall and get the train and statue hold, the guy at Diablo Ridge is there. And Miko says, Sadie is sleeping on the job. Yes, Miko, she had her bath tonight. And then she had the zoomies. And now you get the inevitable crash after the bath. Hodok says, yeah, she's so washed out. She's so soft and she smells wonderful. And now we're going to hunt a panther in real time. Spoiler alert. This part of the video is like 2 minutes long. Odog says, I'm lazy myself. Missed the gym today. Yeah, I took the day off. I didn't care. Also, I worry about my shoulders. Thud93 says, treasure hunting becomes challenging if you are playing as John, LOL. I love the idea that there are treasure maps in this game. And you can go treasure hunting if you want, but I don't really do it. It's not one of my favorite activities. I think because you can only do it once. It's not renewable. Odok says, handful with melons, though. Levi says, I've been waiting for the live stream all day. Well, I'm glad you're here, Levi. And there's your panther. What was the timing on that? Less than a minute. We're going to make a short out of this. I forget what we need that panther for. Probably the satchel. David says, and then Flacco's map and the challenge is done. Yeah, Flacco's map. And you got plenty of gold. And nothing to buy with it. Christian says, yeah, Uncle made fun of John when building the house. He said, I'll use what I've got, which is a brain, and while you use what you've got, which is less of a brain. Yes, indeed. Uncle's a planner. Oh, speaking of breaking Micah out of jail, guess what we're going to do? Odog says, LOL, hi Christian, and Micah says, panthers or moose are probably the hardest animals to get to spawn. Moose especially, Micah. I'm making a video on it. I can get a moose to spawn relatively consistently at Cattail Pond. Miko says, Super Antonio, your video on getting that panther was spot on. I got one every time. Cougars are harder to find for me. Yeah, cougars are just a matter of running back and forth. Maybe an exit reload. We have time big game and mint big game. So we can get the only gold cores that matter. Hodok says, Micah, easy to get a moose, but a 3-star is the issue. Hodok, yeah, but you don't need a 3-star for camp upgrades. Pearson will accept a 2-star.
Yeah. Hello, sir.
Christian says, hello, Odog, how are you doing, friend? And David says, I've heard 2 other panthers, heard but not seen, near Lakay and McComb's End. Yeah, that panther got us at McComb's End. So yeah, there is a panther there.
Well, they weren't friends.
Odog says, struggling this way, frustrated with Red Dead 2 and Yahoo Fantasy Baseball. Sorry to hear that, Odog. Miko says, Uncle did say that. He must have heard Arthur say that the wolves ate half of John's brain. You'll be a genius.
Let me out of here, you maggots!
Odog says, good point. I like when, you know, Arthur goes into the sheriff's office and says he's looking for a Colm O'Driscoll gang member.
Had a good time, did you?
You going to get me out of here?
Hello, old friend.
Real funny.
Oh, I ain't joking, cowpoke. I heard so much bluster out of your mouth these last 6 months.
Note, we are breaking Micah out with Bolty.
Watch you be
Good old Bolty.
gotta do something.
I always looked up to you, Arthur.
Well, that's your first mistake. Listen, there's one
First playthrough, I didn't have dynamite, and Micah had to walk me through how to get him out of there.
You got to do something, Arthur.
What about that old steam donkey over there? I was like, what? What's a steam donkey? And Micah says, I don't think Micah is drawn anywhere in Arthur's journal. You are correct. Christian says, funny how Arthur makes fun of Micah while he's behind bars. Yeah, he wouldn't even be there unless, except Dutch made him. You get Micah out of that jail. Hodok says, I'm so trying to avoid this mission, I'll probably go in through the office to save him, though. I like using the steam donkey. He was an O'Driscoll. One cattleman. And infinite rounds for Micah. I like doing these playthroughs with gold cores. You're basically in Terminator mode. You are the T-800. Odog says, don't think he's drawn, but he's mentioned a good bit. And Levi says, I have a donkey. I named him Donkey. A little nod to Shrek. Mike Myers made so much money off that Shrek franchise, and he basically retired.
Goddamn maniac! Should have left you to hang.
What's Mike Myers doing now? Mike Myers, shout out to Canada.
We should be long gone by now.
He is 60. And he was in Bohemian Rhapsody in 2018. And to be announced, untitled 5th Shrek film. So he's doing another. And here's Sadie. Sadie's up. Say hello to the chat. Say hi to Odog. And something called the Pentaveritate Penta Virati. Canadian comedy streaming television miniseries. It's on Netflix. 6 episodes. Christian says you can also free him through the office when you kill the sheriff and take the cell keys. Maybe we'll do that just to make a video out of it. You don't want to use the Steam Donkey. David says, hello, Super City. David says, hello. Want to say hello to David? And ODog has a little dog emoticon for you. She's sleepy now. Last leg. You know where everybody is. That helps. It's not as chaotic. And the bolt action is just so ridiculously accurate. David says, showing her to Kodak. Yeah, good. Introduce those two. I'm sure they'd get along. She gets along with big dogs. And the little dogs are aggressive to her, but she's not aggressive to them. She understands that they're little dogs. Christian says, always gotta love seeing Sadie, the super dog. Also, let's not forget, Super Antonio, best duo ever. Appreciate you, friend. And I don't think I could do this without her. Levi says, she's so sweet and cute. Look, Levi said you're sweet and cute. You want to say thank you? No. Metro Edit says, is her full name Sadie Adler? No, her full name is Super Sadie. Adler is German for eagle. So it's really Sadie Eagle. And Sadie is short for Sarah. And Sarah is, means princess in Hebrew. It's a biblical name. So her name is Princess Eagle. Arthur Morgan. Arthur, obviously named after King Arthur.
That was some good shooting, Morgan. I gotta hand it to you.
Morgan, interestingly enough, is the sister of Merlin, who was evil. She was a witch. Morgan was a wizard, Harry. So I like that. You know, it's just good and bad. You can play them either way. You can shoot by Micah's head, but you can't shoot Micah. And no worries, Baylock is only sleeping. You'll see what I mean in a minute.
I saw how it goddamn ended. He was gonna let me hang. I'm starting to wish I had. And you owe Lenny too. If he hadn't found us in time.
Throwing knives don't work. So how about dynamite?
I promise. Yeah, well, you're lucky Dutchie's got your back.
Yeah. Baylock is only sleeping. Levi says, are you going to make a viewer fashion show again? I like seeing people's outfits. It's so interesting. Maybe, probably not. Well, think about it. We will revisit the idea at 20K. And the Rose Gray, note we're on the Rose Gray, performed fine, adequately, and super fast. David says, going to come sooner than you think, my friendo. Yeah, I like, you know, it's just, it seems like it's in the future and it's distant. We'll probably hit it this year. I'm sure we will. So yeah, we'll do it this year.
Let's get out of here before we get any more on our tail.
But what am I thinking of? I'm thinking of the Undead Nightmare live playthrough in October. I want to make the Moose video. I want to make the Strange Man video. We need to finish the Red Dead 1 playthrough. We are doing our 100-day march. We are on it's day 24 of the 100-day march of making 100 videos every day for the next 100 days of daily Red Dead Redemption 2 content. Levi Elijah says, what's your favorite horse that isn't Biscuit? It is the Piebald Tobiano Hungarian half-bred. Christian says, I'm surprised, Super Antonio. What don't you have anywhere at least 500k subscribers? You are the most kind-hearted person, and you love all your fans. Yeah, you know, it is what it is. I think it's a timing issue and algorithm. And I don't know, I have a quirky sense of humor that not everyone understands. But I appreciate you being here, friend. The channel has grown organically, but we haven't really broken out with any, we haven't really gone viral, is what I'm trying to say. That never happened. Odog says, Levi, the piebald HH. Yeah, Odog knows me well. Metro says, we need to get you to 20k. We need to get you to 20k, Metro. And Levi says, that's a good one, Odog. The best. I love the coat. I love the height, size, stats. It's a perfect horse for Arthur.
You ain't heading back to Dutch?
Oh, I've been a bad boy, Arthur. I ain't seeing Dutch till I can bring him a peace offering.
Okay. Here's your holster.
Bye now.
And Micah also gives him a Lancaster. Free Lancaster in the next mission. So you get a lot of good stuff from Micah. And I thought we could chase him back to his camp, but he's gone. He has vanished. And now, this is interesting. We are going to try to duplicate the Rose Gray with the Jamie glitch in version 1. Spoiler alert, that glitch is not active. Can't be done. Odog says, it's only because he plays Red Dead 2, which means it's really Take-Two Interactive's fault. They left this game for dead. Left 4 Dead. Did you ever play that zombie game? Is it still active, Left 4 Dead? Left 4 Dead. There's Left 4 Dead 2, which came out in 2009. It's on Steam.
Your sister is very worried.
The boy has chosen a path, sir. The path to truth.
Well,
Levi says, Odog, I thought you were talking about your favorite horse that ain't Biscuit. I believe he was.
I've chosen a
Odog
path.
says, this is both of our favorite horse.
The boy has chosen a path. He's chosen safety.
Yes, we have similar
What path
views,
have you chosen,
Odog and me.
sir?
Note, the shell of safety doesn't seem very safe.
still
It's
searching.
not really a shell. I think it's more
We are
an
all
attitude.
Searching. Chelonianism
Levi says, okay, I love that horse. David says, Flaxen, Hungarian half-bred, I like more solid coat horses. That used to be my favorite horse in the game, David, the Flaxen Chestnut. I love the Palomino horses.
Safety?
Odog says, no, never played Left 4 Dead. Not into zombies besides Diablo. You know what's interesting? Serena loves The Walking Dead, but she hates zombie video games.
Exactly.
She says they're too scary, but The Walking Dead is not scary. What's that about?
I'm not coming with you, Arthur.
Just come and speak with Mary. Then make up your mind.
Leave me alone, Arthur. I didn't ask for your help.
Now I was worried about this incline here. So now we have some catch up to do. But that Rose Gray is fast. I was really looking forward to duplicating this horse with Jamie,
Just stop and let's talk about this.
and it doesn't work. But it works fine in the modern version. I did it with the, what did we do it with? The Iron Grey Ardennes.
The hard way.
This is none of your damn business.
Just for a short. Just for the video.
Christ's sakes, Jamie, just hold up a minute. Come on, you ain't stupid. You can see this is
We had a very popular Free Roam Fridays last night. Odog and David.
Pop up out of nowhere.
David says, Andalusian for these strawberry stables is a great horse, for me anyway. I do like the Andalusian.
live the rest of your life in
Cruz 4D for World of Peace says, how do you get the Rose Gray as Arthur Antonio? This is version 1. We use the Sandinine horse glitch.
You ain't no killer.
You don't know who I am.
Levi Elijah says, Super Antonio, we could watch a Resident Evil movie for movie night. I have all of them on Blu-ray. I do like the Resident Evil movies, though canonically they don't intersect with the games at all, apart from like the names of characters.
I found something.
I don't like the movie version of Jill Valentine, and Jill Valentine is my favorite Resident Evil character.
You're an outlaw.
Yeah, we're not doing movie nights right now. Movie nights have been suspended for the
I'm warning you,
the
Arthur
horse
Morgan.
show. Just because, as much as I love movies and love talking about them, just wasn't pulling in the views, regrettably.
I warn you, Arthur. I'm gonna. I don't want to live
So you can't,
anymore.
Kid, just calm
you
down.
can't, you know,
Alone.
as a YouTube creator, you can't let your ego get bigger than your channel. You know, it's like, or in my case, bigger than the game. You know, people like watching me talk about the game, about this game.
Okay.
And, you know, it's not what I may want to talk about movies, but
Okay, kid.
if you're not interested in hearing me talk about movies, then
fool, Arthur.
let's just talk about the game. You can't force it.
I don't know enough about it.
But we'll try movie nights again, you know, maybe at 20K. See if we can get more of an audience.
I missed you, Arthur. Are you and Mary sweet on one another again?
I'm putting everything off to 20K.
That's all a long time ago, son.
Okay, this is very sad. We're in version 1. And
This wasn't how I thought today would turn out.
Jamie is glued to that horse. He's not coming off for nothing. So let's crash the horse into a tree.
Arthur, you're still
And
in your old age.
Jamie's fine. The horse is fine. Lasso, no joy. And that's what the horse thinks about the Chelonian Jamie horse glitch.
This wasn't how I thought today would turn out. My God! And to think that you taught me
And
how to ride.
right smack into that wagon. Levi says, David, it looks like that one Hungarian half-bred. I call it Boadicea. Correct me if I spelled it wrong. You spelled it correctly.
Last time I saw you, you didn't try to kill yourself.
You know,
Are you talking about the liver chestnut Hungarian half-bred? I also believe that's Bodicea. Really should make a video on that.
I was saying something.
The Bodicea videos did quite well and still get comments to this day. David says, yeah, almost, Levi.
Shooting at now.
It's Bodicea or Boudica,
Walking there, are we?
depending on
Anyway, you were saying?
where you are in the UK. I believe Bodicea is the Latin version of Boudica, which is the
Going the right way?
Celtic or the Iceni name of that we call Bodicea. But I could be wrong. Anyone from the UK in the chat, correct me.
They're decent.
Sure. Please tell me you didn't give
Okay, let's take Jamie
Of course
back.
I did. They rely on charitable donations.
Jesus.
We can see Mary, at least.
I just wanted to believe that there might be something good coming my way one day. Guess that's dead in the water.
With the turtle.
Shut up. All Father kept telling me was, you won't amount to anything. You're not enough of a man. I had to get away. I couldn't take it anymore.
Forgive me, but your father's a bully. And
I had pizza salad for lunch, David.
Hey, don't talk about it
Good
like
old
that.
pizza salad.
What do you want me to say, Jamie? He's a good father. Nice.
That was my
man.
favorite.
He won't be happy I saw
Pizza
you.
salad, in case you don't know, is I take a slice of pizza and I put a salad on top. Then I eat it with a knife and fork.
I'm not good at
Best of both
anything.
worlds.
Come on, that ain't true. Tell me something you like. Don't think too hard.
For me.
Apples,
And I like
yes.
romaine. I use the romaine lettuce because it's like it's cool and it's crunchy and it matches up perfectly with the cheesy, crusty,
Carpentry.
tomatoey
Something.
pizza.
Work in an orchard then. Here we are. She must be waiting inside.
Might as well park the Arabian here. Christian says, also it depends, Super Antonio. A bigger audience could be good or bad. Like, you know, trolls, not many people like to be friendly and kind to you or to others online. Yeah, I know. I've noticed that we are attracting more trolls now. And even trolls that are subbed.
Come on.
What's that about?
Arthur,
And that's
Thank
just
you.
part of growth.
thank you.
It's good to see you, Mary.
We don't even
And
get a
you,
hug
Arthur.
from Mary.
And you.
We almost get a handshake. We get a turnaround and a you'll never change. David says, had chicken salad sandwich for lunch. Haven't had dinner yet. Have dinner now, David. I love chicken salad.
I've
Hodog says, fried popcorn and onion rings.
never
That is a
change.
delicious snack.
I know that.
Makes me hungry just thinking about it. Levi says, Arthur is like, I need more money than we could run. My Arthur discovers limpity glitch. Mary, I got money. It's never enough money. Like Dutch. It's never enough. Yeah, we see the train right off.
I feel like the luckiest man alive, and I feel
I like what Arthur writes about Mary in his journal.
Confuses me and plays me for a fiddle like no one else alive. I trust I will not.
I trust I will not make a god-awful fool of myself once more, but somehow I imagine I shall. We have all been there, Arthur. Arthur. David says, not feeling too hot. Don't feel too very well. I'm sorry to hear that, David. You take care of yourself.
Hey,
Hodog says, popcorn shrimp. That's delicious. I don't know what that is, but I'm sure I'd eat it and really enjoy it. It sounds... I love fried shrimp. Levi says, I had crawfish, corn, and shrimp. Wow. That sounds good too. let's see what the version 1 bath ladies look like. Let's say hello to a version 1 bath lady. Odog says, sorry to hear that, Davey. If they make a Red Dead 3, I can almost guarantee that the bath ladies, if they exist in that game, which they probably won't, will not look like
Would you like
these
any
bath
assistance?
ladies.
Sure, why
Christian says, also Super Antonio, I've gotten better, no longer sick. Well done, friend.
Just relax.
Your body
I'll
will
take
heal
care of you.
itself over time. And hello.
I'll be out of your hair in no time.
This bath lady seems like an Abigail Mary Beth hybrid
Hope the water's
with a
not
dash of
I was near the
Anastasia's
parent once.
friend.
She never bathed me.
Let's just
Odog
keep
says
that
it's
between
just
us
small
and these
shrimp,
four
seasoned and
walls.
battered. Yeah, I would eat that. I'd eat that right now.
Wow, since I've been able to relax like this.
Well then.
I love fried shrimp
Friendliest person I've
Tempura.
met in this town.
or
That sure doesn't surprise
just
me
like
about
traditional
this place.
breadcrumbs.
Number of times
Now I want
I've
fried
died
shrimp.
the past few weeks.
Thanks, Odog.
I wouldn't want that for anyone.
David says the Van Horn lady. Yes, we'll be seeing more of the Van Horn lady in Red Dead 3. I guarantee. You might even get a gang member.
You're thinking, when will this be over?
You're so funny.
That's the world we live in now.
You end up in a place like this.
That's a question.
Odog says Super Antonio could do a vid on Super Antonio and horse weight. It matters for appearance and stamina.
Stop boring you now.
Interesting, Odog, you're right.
Stop
We'd have to
it,
check
you're
the compendium for
pleasant.
that. I think I always keep my horses. Well, I don't know. Honestly, don't know. I'd have to check. Levi says, I haven't heard Eagles Pro for a long time. I wonder where he is. He was here at the beginning, or he
Oh,
left a
you do
comment.
feel tense.
People drop in and drop out. David says, how about a Butcher's Creek bathhouse?
Does that feel all right?
Yeah, that would be interesting, David. That would be... I think you would pick up... I think you would leave the Butcher's Creek bath more dirty than when you came in. Odog says, Arthur, I meant.
Doesn't get much better than this.
Yeah, I keep Arthur undernourished. Though I believe, like, doing double big games, that will affect his weight ultimately. But I only do it for missions. Odog says, was here yesterday, wasn't he? He
You seem
was.
more relaxed now. It was nice. getting
Odog
to
says,
know
he did a
you.
live vid. I wasn't aware. I really need Serena to do some lives. Levi says, I hear some coyotes. I think Arthur's chasing coyotes for biscuit. Very possible. I leave the coyotes alone in this game. I think they're just cute dogs. I like how they'll run after the horse. Same with foxes. I'll get one fox for camp upgrades, but for the rest of the... I'll just leave them alone.
Young Ellie found a ruby as big as your knuckle.
And then I can't... Can you see the snow? The snow's falling. You can kind of see it. And I thought this was unique to version 1. It is not. It happens in every version of the game. But I was fascinated. I never noticed that you can get actual snowfall. I just thought the wind was blowing the snow around. Christian says, also Super Antonio eating wings from Wingstop. They are really good. Also the fries too. Yeah, we were talking about wings a lot last night. Chicken wings for me are, I mean, they're good. I will eat them certainly, but it's not something I actively think of as a meal. Levi says there's no use for them. Coyotes, I imagine. Just the legendary coyote and the bad honor coyote. Really should be a bad honor wolf. That legendary coyote is big. Hardly ever get him. I leave him alone. Again, like the treasure maps, I don't like the idea that they don't respawn and it's a one-time thing. So we're just watching the snow here. I thought we might be able to make a video out of it, or short, but it's not unique to the game. It's not unique to version 1. Christian says, also Super Antonio, what is your most favorite thing to eat? That's a very interesting question. I love sushi, but you know, I have very standard conventional tastes. Bacon cheeseburger, barbecue bacon cheeseburger with onion rings. I love that. You know, I like hamburgers, I like pizza, I like spaghetti. Grilled cheese sandwiches. Teriyaki rice. Like teriyaki chicken, teriyaki steak, teriyaki salmon over rice. I eat that at least 3 times a week. Levi says, how long is the stream? I might take a shower. We're about done. I like to do an hour. So we've got like perhaps 10 more minutes. Christian says, Levi, you got like 7 more minutes. Yeah.
Easy.
Christian is paying attention. Christian says, Super Antonio Live start at 10 p.m. and ends after an hour. We do an hour for these horse shows. Free Roam Fridays and Marston Mondays go anywhere from 90 minutes to 2 hours. I've noticed that conversation really drops off, or chat interaction really drops off after the first hour. It just kind of slows down. That'll change as we get more viewers, but this is where we're at right now. David says 7 p.m. for me.
Load up.
Let's go look at the bear. This grizzly is very consistent. He's always here. Christian says, also, never forget to say goodbye to Sadie the Super Dog and Super Antonio. Thanks, appreciate that, friend. But we're not leaving yet. Sadie moved to her crate. You are not guaranteed a 3-star every time. You can save and reload. He's always there. He is watching the O'Driscoll camp. Over there. Let's see if we can get a closer look at that O'Driscoll camp. Without disturbing the bear. Levi says it's 9:55 p.m. for me. I like morning showers personally. I can understand the logic of taking a shower at night and going to bed clean.
All right, boy.
But I like morning showers because they wake me up.
Slow up now.
Really thought we'd lost the horse there. Christian says 10:55 p.m. for me.
Yeah.
Trying to get a higher vantage point and a closer look at that camp. We don't really play with the sniper rifle. I don't like the limited field of vision, but thought we'd break it out for this video.
Easy there.
And we have some explosive rounds. Let's go say hello. We really need high velocity for the distance. Levi says, I don't have time in the mornings. I sometimes do. And here comes the bear, who is a little upset with us.
Whoa,
He
easy.
can't get us up here.
Whoa there.
Here he comes. Christian says, also, I never ever want to miss Super Antonio lives and can't forget about Sadie the Super Dog. Well, she can't forget about you, Christian. Appreciate you being here, friend. Now, where were we? Yeah, I hate the scope. Metro says 9:58 for me. Let's take care of this camp. Cruise for World Peace says, Antonio, can I get version 1 by deleting the update file for Red Dead 2? Yes, maybe. Are you talking about on PC? It's easier just to start a new playthrough with a clean, you know, with the hard file, with the disc. That's how I do it. Levi says, me too, Metro, and David says 7:58. Metro says, what horse is that, Super Antonio? This is the Rose Gray Arabian. The Rose Gray Bay Arabian. Now, what's funny is the last one will actually chase us. He has triangulated our position, seen the muzzle flash, and he will try to, like, he will go down that cliff and try to run across if we'd let him. And it would have been fun to leave the bear alive so we could run just into the bear, but I didn't think about that until now. Metro says, nice, never seen it, surprisingly. Well, it's technically not a horse Arthur can get without a little work on his part. We're all out of green tea. Another time, big game for the gold core. The extra chromie homie. That is a funny username. I like your username. Asks, why don't you play Red Dead Online? I don't like it. I prefer Arthur. I don't like all the customization. I think it's just a cash grab on Rockstar's part. There are more, I would say, philosophical reasons why I don't play it, rather than just like, that's the one. He will chase us if we didn't get him. Rather than like standard reasons. Though I would admit it would be great for the channel if we did play Red Dead Online. Just don't care about it.
Guess it's my camp now.
Levi says, if only Arthur had health cures in the end of the game, and as it puts the dead in Red Dead Redemption, and Arthur meant to do that. Horses are a little clumsy in Red Dead, or in version 1. Have an apple. We will harvest this bear for the big game meat. David says, I didn't care for my character. I didn't care for it. I think my character is in level 12 or so. Yeah, mine's at level 14. It's really low. He's really low. Metro says, the only thing I like about online is the ponchos and the navy revolver. You get an amazing variety of horses. Just don't care. I like playing the game as Arthur.
Let's go, boy.
And I like this world. I don't like the online world.
Alright, boy.
And that's about all we have for you tonight, friends. Levi says, that bear is only sleeping right now. Yes, no worries. That bear is only sleeping. Shout out to the mods, David and Odog. Appreciate you being here, friends. Christian, Levi, Metro, Cruz, thanks for being here. Miko, if you're still here, thank you. We shall return on Monday for Marston Mondays back to Red Dead 1, still in Mexico. And I might do a pop-up stream on Sunday if I have time. Sunday's a little busy for me, regrettably. At any rate, I hope you enjoy the rest of your